Thank you. I haven't been able to clean it since my hands stopped cooperating.
That's okay. This car still tells your story.
I didn't break any law. That was the first thing I said when the patrol car slowed at the curb and a neighbor stood across the street with their phone raised like evidence because all I was doing was rinsing soap off an old silver sedan that hadn't seen clean water in years, the kind of car people stop noticing until it becomes a problem. The windows were cloudy, the door sills packed with dirt, and the inside smelled like time itself. Coffee cups wedged into cracked holders, dust layered so thick it muted every sound. The owner stood a few steps behind me, an elderly man with a stiff back and trembling hands, apologizing over and over, explaining that he used to drive this car every day when he worked long shifts as a warehouse maintenance worker back when his knees still bent and his paycheck still covered more than rent and groceries. After his health declined, he stopped driving as much, then stopped cleaning it, then started worrying that the dirt on the lights and glass made it dangerous, but it was still his only way to get food and medicine. Still the last thing that felt like independence. That was when the neighbor complained, saying the car was an eyesore, saying it had been sitting too long, saying someone should check if it even belonged there. And that was how the police showed up while soap was still sliding down the doors. The officer asked what was going on. The neighbor talked over the old man, and I said again that I wasn't breaking any law, just helping someone who couldn't bend or scrub anymore. The officer looked inside and noticed the worn steering wheel, the tools tucked under the seat, the way the old man watched the car like it might disappear if he blinked, and the tone shifted from accusation to questions, from questions to quiet. The neighbor lost interest when there was no citation to film, but the old man didn't move, just stared as the grime lifted and the color came back. His eyes filling when he told me his wife used to ride in that passenger seat before she passed, how he kept the car because selling it felt like letting her go too. When the officer finally left with a nod and a simple reminder about parking rules, the driveway was silent except for water dripping and the old man's voice cracking as he thanked me not for the wash, but for standing there when it would have been easier to walk away. By the time I finished, the headlights were clear enough to see his reflection standing a little straighter holding onto the keys, like proof that he was still capable, still part of the world. And I wondered how many people drive past stories like this every day without ever stopping. And how many would if they knew what was really sitting behind the dirt?